What's going on, guys? Real quick, if you want coaching with me, just go in the description box down below or head to masculineenergy.net//coaching. masculineenergy.net/coaching. That will get you coaching with me. Some people don't know where to look, so they email me all the time. So it's a lot easier for me just to make a real quick intro video telling you where to go. Thanks. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I have some more stuff to teach you. About letting go. And I know we've been talking about a lot of letting go stuff lately. And that's basically, first of all, it gets a lot of views, which means the message gets through. When we focus on the message getting through and we focus on, helping as much as we can, as I can, and getting you to a place where you're mentally sound, that's going to help you like crazy down the road. So also, I recorded my very first podcast episode. It's just an intro. I will have the announcement to that and the links to that coming soon. So keep an eye out for my newer videos, and I'll probably end up just blasting that out to all of my video descriptions. Let's talk about releasing. Okay, this isn't now, up till now, when you become aware of your feelings and your pain and so on, now we're going to learn, and this might be drawn up into a couple of videos, but we're going to talk about releasing. And what I actually might do is have an entire letting go sort of a course. So it's all in a natural succession instead of just having it randomly, sporadically put on through YouTube. But last video, we talked about suppression and expression and how people have issues with letting go. They hold on to things and all that. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how to release these. So there's a third alternative to emotions and how people deal with emotions. And it's called releasing. So there's suppression, expression, and then releasing. So the balancing point and natural alternative to inappropriate suppression and expression is releasing or letting go. That is right in this book. Make sure you guys pick this book up. It's the Sedona Method. Okay. Or letting go, what we call the Sedona Method. It is the equivalent of turning down the heat and safely beginning to empty the contents of your inner pressure cooker. I talked about this before with my own personal experience. When you are dealing with emotions, this is men and women. When you deal with emotions, you have an intensity dial. So let's say you feel something. Well, have you ever felt an intense emotion? That's what you guys going through breakups are feeling, intense emotions. And I know that you want to focus on them and how you can interact with them and do things externally, but getting somebody back into your life has everything to do with you. It has everything to do with how you're treating yourself and how you are focusing your energy on you. Because you're going to be focusing all your energy on her. And for ladies watching, you're going to be focusing on him, right? When you do that, you're giving yourself no love. You're only focusing on them and how you can get them back because you're attached. And attachment leads to suffering. And of course, I'm going to be mixing the terminology between the two, but anytime that you're attached, okay, guys, anytime you're attached, you're going to be in the red, and we want to get you from red to blue. Blue is when you have the freedom to feel and be open and experience actual love with somebody. Now, a lot of guys will ask me, does love exist? Kyle, does love exist? I get that question all the time. Of course it exists, but humans have certain requirements. Women want strong men. Men want feminine women. It's the way it is. Men don't want masculine women. We just don't. People are trying to change that today. We just don't. Never have, and many won't ever. So because every feeling that has been suppressed is trying to vent itself. Okay. And he talks about the pressure cooker idea. So again, remember the intensity. The higher that intensity, the harder, the more real it's going to feel. But remember, you're an observer of your emotions. You're not your actual emotions. You can look at them and go, It takes practice because you have to become aware of it first. And then you can make the choice to not take part in how your emotions are trying to make you feel. Because every feeling that has been suppressed is trying to vent itself. Releasing is merely a momentary stopping of the interaction of holding these feelings in so you can allow them to leave. This is why we cry. Human beings cry, right? When we feel pain, we cry. When we are hurt, we go to talk about it. We're trying to release. Human beings are always trying to release. We actually do it naturally through our social conditioning. We've actually been taught to hold it in. Especially men, we've been taught to hold it in, don't express. But there is also, that comes with downsides. This is when making your partner your therapist is the issue. Women do this to their men too. Women want, like girlfriends and wives want their husbands and boyfriends to solve their emotional problems. And that's a problem. You should be able to express how you feel, but don't do it to your partner. Your partner, look, people won't agree with this, but your partner is not your fucking therapist. They're not your mother. They're not your father for ladies watching, right? Look, your partner is your partner. Your partner wants to mate with you. Don't be dumping your fucking problems onto your partner. Use these methods. Get rid of it internally, individually on your own. Because look, when you get rid of your negativity, you're going to be a really fun person and positive person to be around more often. Okay? Not everyone's going to be perfect, but again, okay, that's where the term imperturbable that Corey Wayne keeps talking about comes from. It comes from the Sedona Method, imperturbability. When you are getting rid of your negative emotions, you're going to be in the blue, green and blue. See, getting out of red, you have to step to courage first. Courage can come in a multitude of different ways, but courage is the beginning, okay? The courage to take a look at yourself in the mirror and go, man, I could be better. There's stuff that I still have to do, guys. There's stuff that I'm focusing on right now. New things and getting rid of old habits, getting rid of all kinds of things that I got to work on, right? It's not just you. It's everybody. I'm just ahead of you guys in this particular area, and money too, most likely. So that's why I talk about them. Now, there's other things that I just don't talk about on this channel because I'm not there yet. Again, releasing is merely a momentary stopping of the interaction of holding these feelings in so you can allow them to leave, which you will find they do easily under their own steam. As you use the Sedona Method, you will discover that you will be able to you'll be free to suppress and express when it is appropriate. And you'll find that you will more often opt for the point of balance, the third choice of letting go. This is something you already know how to do. That's why we naturally get over things. Though you probably have become an expert at suppression and expression, even so, you are still letting go. True laughter, for instance, is one of the ways when you let go spontaneously, and the benefits of laughter in the area of health and stress elimination are well documented. Actually, I saw a documentary, I think, and it was about laughter, and it cured this guy's cancer or something like that because of when you're in the blue states, you can change your actual vibration as a person, and cancer vibrates at a certain frequency. So the people that usually get cancer, they start going into like doom and gloom mode, which will just make it worse. And, of course they clean up their diets and go on their chemo and stuff like that. But cancer vibrates at a certain frequency. They've documented that. And when when you're matching that, it's only going to spread and grow. But if you're happy, it can actually go away. They say, anyway. I've never had cancer. So what I want you guys to realize about me is I'm just observing. I'm an observer of this world. And I just report my findings. Think of the last time you had a really good belly laugh. You may have been watching a funny program on TV or having a conversation with your friend, and all of a sudden something struck you as funny. You felt a tickle inside, heard a guffaw come from deep inside your middle, and your whole body started to bounce up and down. I mean, this is why whenever I was going through breakups, my friends would always tell me to come out and do fun things. It's natural for us to do this, okay? Although most of the time you won't laugh out loud as you let go, you will often smile and feel the same sense of inner relief that comes from true laughter. This is a good one right here. I read this a little bit. Have you ever lost your keys or glasses and turned the whole house upside down only to find they're in your pocket? I've done that like a million times with my phone. Think back to the last time this happened. You probably felt more and more tense as you turned over the contents of your house, maybe even emptying garage cans if you're desperate enough. You're going over and over in your mind where you possibly could have lost your keys. And then almost as an afterthought, you're reaching your pocket and let out a sigh of relief. Ah. As your tension and anxiety melted away when you discovered you already had the keys or the glasses all along, calling yourself multiple, couple of names, your mind probably got quiet, shoulders relaxed, and you may have felt a wave of relief pass through your body. This is another example of how you release right now. So you can choose to do this. That is the biggest lesson I want you guys to learn from this. You can choose to start letting go. You can choose to start looking at your emotions and going, I don't feel this way. I'm not actually this. It is very difficult for you guys because you guys haven't been practicing this for very long. Because again, I have been talking about it for very long in this manner. But you can start to develop that muscle. It's like mental gymnastics, going to the gym. You're going to be able to learn. You get better at it. It's weird. It's kind of a weird concept because we are so conditioned to see things physically working and not feel them working, but you feel it. It's a whole different world. As you perfect your use of the method, you will find yourself to go right to the point of realization and relaxation, even on long-standing issues that you were tearing your life apart trying to resolve. That's you guys right now, right? You will discover that the answers have been right inside you all along. Sometimes the spontaneous release takes place in the middle of an argument, right? Now, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to the continuum of letting go, but I really want you guys to read this book, okay? If you review your life, you'll probably recall many instances that you have let go. I've brought this up before, where you guys have had previous relationships and you're like, okay, you know, I actually don't think about that person anymore. And it's like, when you really think about it, you don't care about that person, right? You're just like, fuck it, whatever. But the person that just left you suddenly, like I hear guys say this to me all the time. She was the love of my life. She's the best woman I've ever been with. And it's just because that person has hurt you the latest. You felt that same way about the same person before, right? It's just, it hurts now. So, and many of you guys are going, no, my ex-girlfriend was a bitch. She was this. Now you say that. And hindsight is 2020. I look back at my girlfriends. I remember saying this to them. Oh my God, like you're the best I've ever had, blah, blah, blah. And then you move on from them and you're like, what the fuck was I talking about? That's exactly what happens with love, or not love, but attachments. True love, the actual true word love, people actually aren't experiencing love really. They have parts of it, right? Where they actually do love the person that they're with for who they are. But many of you will try to change the people that you were with. You'll try to change their habits. You'll try to change what they think. That's not love. That's possession, right? If you love something or someone, you're going to love them for actually who they are. And when you do that, so here's the thing. A lot of people will try to do that because they actually are with the wrong person. You'll meet someone, you're matching vibrations between you two. Usually two people that are meeting are in the red, okay? Mostly in the red, jumping up to blue sometimes, whatever. And then when they meet and hang out and, are with each other, usually the relationship will end because of too much negativity, right? The people are trying to change each other. It becomes this game. And then you're like, I don't really actually love you. And then you realize you were with the wrong person and they realize that they're with the wrong person. If you upgrade, you get to blue. Let's say you get to blue, okay? Now let me read to you what blue is. Neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. When you get to blue and you meet somebody else that's blue, because you guys are matching now. When you meet someone there, you're going to go, okay, there's no control. There's no possessive or attached natures. It's just pure experience. And that is what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to experience each other. Okay? You share your lives. You share your individual experiences together. We generally let go either by accident or when our backs are against the wall and we have no other choice. I did that with business. I let go of my entire, working life and attachments to 9 to 5. And I said, fuck it. This is what it's going to do. I'm going to make it work. And I haven't looked back since. I haven't needed to. As you focus on reawakening and strengthening the natural ability within yourself by practicing the Sedona Method, you will be able to bring releasing under your conscious control to make it a viable option throughout your everyday life, even when you have days like the one described earlier. The chart below will give you better understanding of the process of releasing, whether it's the spontaneous releasing you already do or the conscious releasing you will be doing as you explore this book. It will also help you to better distinguish between letting go, suppressing, and expressing. Each category represents a continuum that everyone is moving through in all moments. So this is the chart, okay? Now there you go. Screenshot that. Okay. Now, again, buy this so you guys can have it. It's on page 35. Now, it talks about apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, and pride. It's called ag flap. And then cap is courage, acceptance, and peace. Okay. So ag flap, that's where most people are. Red. Okay. Blue is cap. So in the future, I'll be referring to certain things as ag flap and cap just to give you guys a reference. But that's in this book. Okay. So apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, and pride. Most people are in apathy, grief, and fear. As you practice releasing, you'll see that you tend to move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So tense to relaxed, unhappy to happy, confused to clear, dead to alive, heavy to light, closed to open, contracted to expanded, unproductive to productive, ineffective to effective. Have you noticed that when you're dealing with a lot of grief, you guys feel useless, tired, can't think, can't sleep, can't eat? That is because you're feeling heavy. You have a lot of emotions to process. Okay? Now, guys, pick up this book. It'll be in the description box down below. There are much more pieces that you guys can read. I'm not going to read all of these because it's not fair to this person who wrote this book, but it goes into all of these things: apathy, grief, fear, all of it. And you guys can read it and you guys can apply it to your life. So you guys can start actually releasing. Okay? And the next page actually goes into all of the ways to let go. So it says the 5 ways of letting go. There are 5 ways to approach the letting go process of releasing, and all lead to the same result: liberating your natural ability to let go. So I'm going to give you the subheadings because I said that I would tell you, but you guys are going to have to pick up this book and read it. Deciding to drop it, welcoming and allowing the emotion. Okay. Again, and they have all like a whole description of each one. So welcoming and allowing the emotion is what I do when I'm going through a really rough thing. Diving into the core of the emotion. Holistic releasing, and the basic releasing questions are after that. So you can actually, it talks about the mind is like a computer as well. Feelings only lie. This is awesome stuff from my next few videos. So, but holistic releasing, maybe it's only 4. Diving into the core of the emotion, deciding to drop it, and welcoming or allowing the emotion. I think it talks briefly about other ones. It says the basic releasing questions. What is your now feeling? Could you welcome/allow the feeling? Could you let it go? Would you let it go? And when? That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Pick up this fucking book, guys. It is going to help you with everything. Business, relationships, everything. Okay? This is the core. This is the fundamental. And of course, female nature, attraction skills, all that shit as well. Holler at you guys later. Love you guys. Done.